Cuando muy sabadana mate e bhavatoriya jahai Krishna prapti ho jaha hoite Guru mukha padma vakya chitete koriya kya Karana kari ho mane asha Shri Guru Charane Rati Ese Ujama Gati
Shri Guru Charane Jai
Prasade Pure Sarva Asha Chakudan dilo je janme janme Prabhu se Divya Jaya Rito Prema Bhakti Jahote Avida Vinasa Jate Vede Jara Vacharito Shri Guru Karuna Sindhu Adamada Narabandhu Lokara Jivana Ha ha Prabhu Oya Deo More Pada Kaya Shakti Bhuvana Jago Shakti Bhuvana
Srila Prabhupada Patita Bhavana Srila Prabhupada Patita Bhavana
Prabhupada Patita Bhavana Patita
Srila Prabhupada Jai Prabhupada
Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavani Pashara Sisitarine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavani
Jaya Shri Krishna
Shri Krishna Caitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Bhakta Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna.
One more minute and then you can wrap up.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Radha Radhanat Radha Radhanat Shri Radhe Radha Radhanat Radha Radhanat Shri Radhe Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada.
Jaya Om Vishnu Pad Paramahamsa Parivrajagacharya Sotara Sata Shri Srimad Abhay Charanarvinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai Prem Sako Shri Krishna Caitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinatha Shama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan Ki Jai Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai Shri Navadvip Dham Ki Jai Shri Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai Shri Ganga Mai Ki Jai Bhakti Devi Ki Jai Tulasi Devi Ki Jai Sama Veda Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai Shri Shri Radha Radhanath Ki Jai Shri Shri Giriraj Govardhan Ki Jai Shri Shri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Ki Jai Hare Krishna Mahamantra Ki Jai Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai Sankirtan Yagya Ki Jai His Godfather Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to Sri Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga, Gaura Premanande, Hare Bol.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees, and welcome to today's Sunday Love Feast program. Welcome to our online community, and a very big welcome to those who are joining us for the first time. Please make yourselves comfortable. We will now have an inspiring video. Hare Krishna.
We, Gauriya Vaishnava, or Madhya Gauriya Vaishnava, we are worshippers of Lord Krishna Murti. Lord Ramchandra's Murti and Krishna's Murti, there is no difference. But, as I have already explained, Krishna, Parabrahma, full-fledged. And Lord Ramchandra is also Parabrahma, but he did not exhibit his full-fledged opulence. So these are very confidential things. But still, on the birthday of Lord Ramchandra, we offer our respectful obeisances at his lotus feet, so that he may be merciful upon us to bestow his bhakti, devotional service. We are all fallen souls. We have no power to approach the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But as it is directed by the Shastra, Sevan Mukhi Jivado Sameva Spuratada. So, although there is no difference between Sri Rama and Sri Krishna, but one devotee is attracted by one feature of the Lord and the other is attracted by other feature. Sometimes it so happened that Krishna disappeared from the Rasa dance and the gopis were very much eager to find out Krishna again. So, when they were too much eager to see Krishna where he is, Krishna appeared as Narayana, four-handed Narayana. The gopis saw Narayana Murti but did not become attracted by him. All the gopis said, "Oh, he is Narayana. Let us offer respect," and they went up. Actually, there is no difference between Krishna and Narayana. But gopis were not very much interested with Narayana. They wanted Krishna. Although there is no difference between Narayana and Krishna. Similarly, although there is no difference between Rama and Krishna, some devotees are attracted with Ramamurti and some devotees are attracted with Krishnamurti. But factually there is no difference. But in the Shastras, it is said that if you chant the name of Vishnu, Vishnu Sahasranam, by chanting 1000 times Lord Vishnu's name is equal to one name of Rama. And by chanting 3 times the name of Lord Rama, it is equal to one name of Krishna. This is the verdict of the Shastra. So, when we chant Hare Krishna, Rama is there already 3 times. It is not that because we are chanting Hare Krishna, we are neglecting Rama. No. With each Krishna name, there are 3 times Rama name. That is the verdict of the Shastra. Besides that, we are chanting also Hare Rama. Hare Rama and Sita Rama, the same thing. Hare Krishna or Hare Rama, there is no difference. This is also Ram Dhun. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. In the Shastras it is recommended, Agni Puran, Brahmanda Puran, Koli Santaran Upanishad, the Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Besides that, when we chant Krishna's name, we chant also Lord Rama's name. Just like in the prayer offered by Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu, Krishna, 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 He. Krishna, 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 He. Krishna, 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 Rakshama. Krishna, 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 Pahima. Rama Radhava, Rama Radhava. Rama Radhava Rakshama. Krishna Kesava, Krishna Kesava. Krishna Kesava Pahima. So, devotees, they always chant together Krishna's name and Rama's name. So when there is question of Ramadhu, there is Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. That is Ramadhu. So there is no partiality. that these people are simply after Krishna. Of course, we are a little more attached to Krishna, but that does not mean we do not know who is Lord Ramchandra. We know that he is also Krishna himself in his different feature of pastime. Ramadimutti sukala niyamena tisthan nana avataram akarat bhuvaneshu kintu Krishna sang samabhavat parama pumanaju govindavadi purusham tamaham.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Dear devotees, we are almost ready to start class, so I humbly request that you please turn your cell phones off. It's an honor and a privilege to introduce you to our speaker for today, His Holiness Bhakti Caitanya Swami Maharaj. And the topic is Lord Ram's mercy. His Holiness is our resident Guru and needs no introduction. However, for the benefit of our visitors, I'll provide a very condensed bio. His Holiness Bhakti Caitanya Swami is a disciple of His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. He has been preaching Krishna consciousness since 1973. As an initiating spiritual master in ISKCON, he travels extensively to preach in countries like South Africa, India, and Russia. He is also an accomplished author, photographer, and filmmaker. One of his notable activities is documenting his pilgrimage tours to the Holy Land of Vrindavan, where devotees can immerse themselves in the devotional activities and deepen their connection to Lord Krishna. I now hand over to Maharaj.
Hare Krishna. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihare Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihare Gopi Jana Balava Giri Bharadhare Gopi Jana Balava Giri Bharadhare Yashodanandana Raja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Raja Janaranjana Yamunatira Vanachare Yamunatira Vanachare Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihare Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihare Gopijana Ballava Giri Bharadhare Gopijana Ballava Giri Bharadhare Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamunatira Vanachare Yamunatira Vanachare Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihare Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihare Jai Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman Jaya Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman Jai Jai Prabhupada 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 Jai Jai Prabhupada 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 Jai Vishnupad Paramahansa Parivrajakacharya Stadistasi Samad. His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki. ISKCON Samstapakacharya Srila Prabhupada Ki. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam Ki. Shri Shri Radha Radhanath Ki. Shri Giri Govardhan Ke, Shri Caitanya Mahaprabhu Ke, Shri Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman Ke, Shri Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman Ke, Shri Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman Ke, Shri Ram Nomi Mahotsava Ke, Gaur Premanande. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Shrimati Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namane Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharane Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pastyachadi Jatarane Vanchakalpatrubhyascha Kripa Sindubhya Evacha Paditanam Papanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Sri Krishna Caitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadha Shivas Adi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Yes, devotees, how nice to be here with you all. And we're coming up to that very wonderful occasion, very important occasion of Sri Ram Navami, the anniversary of the appearance in this world of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Ramachandra. So, bearing that in mind, we will say some words today about him, and as Mataji said a few minutes ago, particularly today, we will focus on Lord Ram's mercy, the mercy of Lord Ramachandra. Now, of course, we know the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Lord Krishna explains in Bhagavad Gita that the Supreme Lord comes here to deliver the fallen, to help those who are caught up in material life and struggling within this world, to inspire and enliven the devotees, those who are already committed to serving him, and also to destroy the demons. Yes, so different goals he has to achieve. But actually in all cases, even in destroying the demons, the Lord is exhibiting his mercy. So it's really, this is the sort of the bottom line, as they say, the underlying point of anything to do with the Supreme Lord coming to this material world is to help. It's to help. So we will refer to a few such stories today and lessons we can learn from them. And then I assume there's a question sheet going around. Is that correct? Anyway, yes, okay. So if anyone has any questions they'd like to ask about Lord Ram or about anything for that matter to do with Krishna consciousness, then we can have a look at those after a little while. So, the first story which I'm going to describe, in which Lord Ram's mercy is really abundantly displayed. It's the story of Vibhishan. Vibhishan was the brother of Ravana. I think everybody here would know Ravana is one of these terrible, terrible people who comes somehow or other, appears within this world, and is very selfish, to say the least, and very much opposed to the Supreme Lord, very much opposed to the Lord's devotees. That was Ravana. In fact, the name Ravana means, it translates as he who makes people cry, or one who makes people cry forever. Yes. So that was his nature, but somehow or other, well, he had a number of brothers, but this particular brother, Vibhishan, was actually a devotee. Somehow it happens like that in the same family you get some terrible person, we would say a demon, just horrible person, abusive type of person. But in the same family there's someone who's very nice, even exceptionally nice. And that was the case here. And in fact, Vibhishan was so nice that Ravana could not tolerate his presence any longer. In Lanka, that was the headquarters of Ravana, and Vibhishan was living there also. And after some years, Ravana decided that this is too much. I've had enough of this brother of mine. Let me just kick him out. So he did. And at that time, Lord Ram had gathered his army, and they were preparing on the India side, on that island where the great Rameshwaram temple is. Some of you may have been there. It's an island off the coast of India. So they were all gathering and gearing up for crossing over to Lanka, and first of all trying to rescue Mother Sita, who had been kidnapped by Ravana, and then to destroy Ravana and just really change things there in Lanka. So Vibhishan then, he was told in no uncertain terms, just get out now or else. So he took one type of, you could say, mystical airplane. You know, he didn't take a ticket on Sapphire. Have you heard of Sapphire? South African Airways, which I don't know if they're deceased or not, but anyway, he had this mystical aeroplane. And so he flew across. He was aware that Lord Ram was there, and his army, and all his close associates, including Hanuman, Sugriva, and Lakshman, Lord Ram's brother. So Vibhishan was aware of that, so he flew over to join them. So he's flying over and he's almost there. He's just about coming into land. And of course, he was seen. Lord Ram saw him, and basically everyone saw him. And one of Lord Ram's very close associates and very staunch supporter, Sugriva, he was like one of the generals in the army of Lord Ram. He also saw, here comes Vibhishan, well, actually, initially he didn't see who it was, but it's just some plane is coming from that side, from Lanka. So he said to Lord Ram, you know, whoever this is, as soon as he lands, we should just kill him. Because he's obviously one of them from the other side, so let's just As soon as he lands, just grab him and kill him. But Lord Ram, as always very cool and calm, Lord Ram said, no, what can he do? He's just one person against all of us. Let's just wait and see who it is and what he wants. But Sugriva, he was really ready for action. And then the plane continues to come in, and they see it is Vibhishan, one of the brothers of Ravana. So Sugriva again said, look at that, it's one of his brothers. It's Sugriva. It's Vibhishan. Let's make a point of getting him and killing him, because he's one of the brothers. He must be very bad. But Lord Ram said, no, just, relax a little. Let him land. Let us see what he wants. What can he do against all of us? So Sugriva, though, he's still just, he really wants to kill Vibhishan. So then Vibhishan landed, and again Sugriva said, come on, just let me kill him. And he uttered very interesting statement. The only good demon is a dead demon. Yeah. Because he's assuming, because he's one of Ravana's brothers, he's assuming that he's like Ravana, that he's a really nasty person. He doesn't know that actually he's a devotee, he's a great devotee, and he's come to join them. So he said like this to Lord Ram, and Lord Ram said, no, let's see what he wants. Let's speak to him and see what he wants. So Vibhishan got out of his aircraft, and he just came and threw himself at the lotus feet of Lord Ramachandra. And he said, it's a famous verse actually, my dear Lord, from this day on, I am yours. And Sugriva, he's not convinced yet at all. And he said to Lord Ram, oh, come on, look, he's a demon. We can't believe him. Let's just kill him. Then we don't have to worry about anything. But Lord Ram got angry with Sugriva. And Lord Ram said, listen, even if Ravana himself came and surrendered to me like this, saying that he's now mine, I would immediately accept him. And then there's a verse here. It's from Ramayana, the Yuddha Kanda, Yuddha meaning the battle, chapter 18, verse 33. But it appears in our Caitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila, chapter 22, verse 34. If you want to note that, you can look it up and see. It's very interesting. And this is Lord Ram speaking to Sugriva and whoever was present there. So the Sanskrit, Sakrideva prapano yas, tavasmiti chayachate, abhayam sarvada tasmai, dadam yetad vratam mama. Vrata means vow. Vratam mama, it is my vow. So it is my vow that if a person only once seriously surrenders unto me, saying, my dear Lord, from this day I am yours, and prays to me for courage, I shall immediately award courage to that person. and he will always remain safe from that time on. So like this, Lord Ram made it extremely clear that he will accept and protect any person who comes and dedicates themselves to him, saying, "My dear Lord, from this day on, I am yours." Yes, Shri Shri Radha Radhanath Shri Giri Govardhan Shri Caitanya Mahaprabhu Ki Jai. So this is a very nice example, very, very nice example of Lord Ram's mercy. He was ready to accept even Ravana himself, provided Ravana was ready to come and surrender sincerely to him. Here's another story. It's fairly well known. It's fairly well known. But Prabhupada would say, repetition of a good thing is good. So it is the story of Hanuman and the squirrel. There are two different versions. One is the squirrel, the other is the spider. But the main story really is Hanuman and the squirrel. So now the scene is there on that island, just off the coast of India, South India, Tamil Nadu. Actually, there is a railroad over the sea. It's for a couple of kilometers or something like that from the mainland of India to the island, because many, many people come because of the big temple of Lord Shiva there, the Rameshwaram temple. So they're all gathered on the island, and now the time has come. Let's get into it. We need to build a bridge to Lanka. It's just a couple of kilometers from the mainland of India to the island, but from the island to Lanka, that is a bit of a distance. So the idea was they would build a bridge. So, as I imagine you're all well aware, that the great powerful heroes, like Hanuman particularly, and other monkeys, big powerful monkeys, they were taking rocks and boulders and even mountain peaks and throwing them into the ocean, and they were floating. And eventually that bridge, it reached all the way to Lanka, and they crossed over and attacked. Yeah. But now at this point, they're in the earlier stages of building the bridge. And Hanuman is there. He's like the leader of the group. And they're mainly these big, powerful monkeys. So there was one squirrel. We have squirrels in South Africa, don't we? I've seen many in Cape Town. In Durban, we have squirrels here and there. Not so many. I don't recall seeing squirrels here. Cape Town, there's definitely squirrels. Anyway, there was a squirrel there, and he was a devotee. And of course, being a devotee, he wants to serve. And the big thing happening is build the bridge. So I must get in and help, do some service. helping to build the bridge. But squirrels, they're small. And, you know, a squirrel, well, they can pick up an acorn. You know what an acorn is? Yeah. Acorns they can manage. Anything bigger than an acorn, sure, it's a bit of a struggle. So, but anyway, he was trying his best, the squirrel, and picking up little rocks and then going down to the side of the ocean and throwing them, and they go, you know, like maybe a meter out and then splash down. And as he was doing this, Hanuman and the other monkeys, big, powerful monkeys, they had to be very careful. You know, they're rushing back and getting some mountain peak or a boulder and then rushing down to the sea and throwing it in and then rushing back. And there's this little squirrel, and he's doing his thing, but he was just very small. And a couple of the big monkeys had almost trodden on him, which he would have, the poor little squirrel would just have been squished squirrel. And they didn't want to do that, so they had to dodge around him and watch out and be careful. And they felt it interfered with their mood and just the whole program of what they're doing and their rhythm that they're into. So after a while, Hanuman stopped and spoke to the squirrel and said, "Listen, squirrel, I know you want to help, and that's very nice. But the thing is this, you're getting in the way. And you're in danger, actually. So look, I tell you what, you want to help, then stop trying to help. Just step aside and let us do the work, the service. Yeah, and you can watch." And the little squirrel was so disappointed because he was into it, rendering service as best he could. As it happened, Lord Ram had been there nearby when Hanuman had made that complaint to the squirrel. And Lord Ram did not appreciate it one little bit. So he got Hanuman and the squirrel together. And Lord Ram, he chastised Hanuman that, you know, you think you're a big devotee, you're doing big service, important service, and therefore you are important, and people should keep out of your way. But Lord Ram told him, actually, I value the service of the squirrel no less than I value your service. So don't you speak to him like this. Don't you speak with him like this at all. And so like this, Lord Ram made the point that it's not the quantity of service, because everyone has a certain, when it comes to physical activity, everyone has certain capacity. Some can do more, some can do less. Obviously, you get these people, the big weightlifters and people like that, and they can lift, I don't know how much they can lift, but I tell you what, it's a lot more than me. I don't know, maybe it's more than all of us put together. Yeah, so they can do a lot in physical terms. And then there's someone like me or you. And we can't do much at all. Okay, and एक second. एक minute. Must I finish like 10 minutes early for announcement? Okay. Yes, okay. So yeah, everyone's got their capacity, and each one of us, if we're just doing our best, then you can't do more than your best. It's just, by definition, impossible. So it's not a matter really of quantity, it's a matter of quality. Everyone, all devotees should do their best according to their capacity, physically, mentally, like this. And the Lord recognizes and values the devotees in those terms, not just in some quantitative terms that, he can lift twice as much as someone else, therefore he's twice as important to me. Right, so then, interesting little thing, that Lord Ram then bent down or kneeled down and stroked the back of the squirrel. And when he stroked 3 times. And each time he left a white, sort of like a white streak down the back of the squirrel. And they say, next time I'm in Cape Town, I must look more carefully. But they say they still have the white streaks. That's what they say. Anyway, we will check it out and report back. So here's another one. This is a very interesting one because it directly involves Ravana getting some mercy. The squirrel got mercy in the form of some appreciation from Lord Ram. Hanuman got some mercy in the form of chastisement. Yes. So the mercy, some help that comes to us to help us improve our Krishna consciousness, whether it's just some, you could say, encouragement, oh look, maybe you cooked so nicely, or you did this or that so nicely, good. Or, stop doing your nonsense and, act properly in Krishna consciousness. It's all mercy, one way or the other. So Ravana also got mercy from Lord Ram, in that on the last evening before the last day of the battle, Lord Ram approached Ravana. On Ravana's side, he was the only one left. Everyone else was dead, literally. He was the only one left, although it's described in... Anyway, let's just carry on. So Lord Ram approached Ravana, and he said to Ravana, I have a proposition to make. We can make a deal between us that I will become your friend. We'll stop fighting. I'll become your friend. and you will become my friend. And I'll bring back to life all of your soldiers and army and all, just everyone who's been killed. I'll bring them all back to life. And I will make them forget that we were ever enemies. And I will make them think that we have always been friends. And we will be friends. And you can rule in Lanka. And you keep all of your wealth and everything. You just keep all of it. And we'll be friends. Just one condition, one thing. Just give Sita back. That's all. Just give Sita back. Nothing else. And, well, you'd think it's, how could he refuse an offer like that? But Ravana thought momentarily and said, no. Because demons, or you could say very intensely materialistic people, they have like a spontaneous tendency to make wrong decisions. They're attracted to, if there's, you could do this, you could do that. One of them is something nice and the other is something not nice. A demoniac, very like an extreme materialist, will spontaneously be attracted to the not nice thing. And that was Ravana. So Ravana refused that offer. And the next morning, when the battle restarted, Ravana came out on his own, because he's the only one left on his side. And he saw the army of Lord Ram there. And Lord Ram had been bringing back to life everyone who was being killed. So there's this massive, massive, huge army there of Lord Rams. It's described in Ramayana, the number of warriors. The majority were monkeys and bears. Not many humans, but some. But the number Ramayana describes as, it's a Vedic number. I don't think we have a parallel in English. It is 1 koti maha-oga. 1 koti maha-oga means a 1 followed by 64 zeros. Do we have a number for that in English? I mean, 100, 1,000, 1,000,000, 1,000,000,000, at least an American billion, and so on and so forth. We got numbers for them. But what about 1 followed by 64 zeros? Well, you have a doctorate. A vigitillion. Whoa. Okay. Right, so he came out. Ravana came out and saw this massive, just beyond massive number. I remember once being in Dublin in Ireland, and the Pope, the then Pope, came, and 1,000,000 people were there in this park, 1,000,000 people. So I saw 1,000,000 people, and I can tell you, it's really a lot. I mean, it's just really, really, really a lot. So 1 vigitillion, don't ask me what it looks like. So Ravana came out and he saw this, and you know what he thought? He just thought spontaneously, no problem. I'll just kill them all. Anyway, that was the end of that. So, okay, there's another story of Lord Ram being very merciful. I mean, just consider the offer he made. It was just amazingly merciful. Amazingly merciful. You know, we are more used to thinking, when it comes to the Supreme Lord being merciful, we would think perhaps first of all of Lord Caitanya. He's Patita Pavana. He's the deliverer of the most fallen. But it's not that, and Lord Ram is sort of, you know, he goes by the book, they say. He's always doing the right things, even just morally right, materially right. I know in Ramayana when what's her name anyway, that other wife of Dasarath convinces Dasarath to send Lord Ram into exile. What's her name? Caitanya, yeah. Then, and she wants Bharat, who's her son, to rule. Then Bharat, you know, what to speak of not being happy about that. But Bharat picked up his sword and told his mother, I'm going to kill you. But then Lakshman intervened and said, you must not kill her, because if you do, Lord Ram will be upset. Yeah. You know, I just read in the news this morning, don't mind me saying it, that this, he was a big lawyer in America who was investigating, would you believe, Donald Trump? I don't know if you read about that. He just died, I think yesterday. And Mr. Trump, guess what he said? Did he say, oh, I'm sorry to hear that? No. He said, I'm really glad he's died. What sort of person? I mean, he's really the wrong type of person. So, okay. So Lord Ram was very, very merciful, even to Ravana. So one final little story, and then we'll have a look at the questions. There's a few questions. And then there are some announcements. This is the story. It's not so well known, I mean, amongst devotees who I know, the story of Shabari. Are you familiar with that story of Shabari? Professor? Are you familiar? Oh, he is familiar. He would be. He's a professor. Yeah. So, but anyway, let's tell it because I haven't been so familiar with it. Yeah. So anyway, there was this lady. Her name was Shabari. And, you know, if we really want to get into it, it's a long story. It would take till the arti time, actually. But basically, she was from they call it Nishada family, means hunters. They're like the lowest of the low, or in that type of grouping, Chandalas, Malechas, Yavanas, and the Nishadas. They're considered outcasts. They're not like real members of human society. So she was in such a family. Then, long story short, she left home and was looking for a guru. But people didn't want to accept her because she's from this really low family. But then one devotee accepted her, Matanga Rishi. And then, so she stayed there in his ashram. She was serving him for years. Then he came to the point of passing away, and she asked for some final instruction. And Matanga Rishi said that, thank you so much for your service. I really appreciate it very much. And I bless you that at some point in the future, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Ramachandra, will come here. And in this way, you will get his personal association, and with Lakshman also. So in the meantime, so that happened, they came. But in the meantime, she was living there, and she was just always thinking about Lord Ram. He's coming, he's coming. And when he comes, I have to serve him. And that was all she was thinking about. And she wanted to offer something nice to him, like some nice meal, some nice food. But there was nothing nice in that area. All there was a type of berry tree, which I believe they call bear. Have you heard of that? They say in English they call it jujube. Anyway, it's a small, I saw photos, kind of, anyway, moderate size, like a blackberry maybe, or a raspberry, that sort of size. Bigger than a blueberry, but still small. And she would, every day she would go out and she'd pick those berries. She was living on those berries. And she didn't want to, and she wanted to eat prasadam, but these berries are kind of inconsistent in terms of their flavor. So before offering to Lord Ram, she'd take a bite. And if it wasn't up to the standard, she put it aside. And if it was a nice enough taste, then she put it with the other ones that tasted nice. And then after a while, she'd do an offering to Lord Ram. So then Lord Ram came, and Lakshman. And she did the same thing, right in front of them. She sat them down and said, just hold on. She went out and quickly picked a whole lot of berries, brought them back, and said, yes, now I'm going to offer some berries to you. And she started biting them. And okay, that's nice, I'll offer that to you. Next one, not nice, put it aside, and so on like this. And then she took the ones she had bitten, I mean, she'd bitten all of them, but the ones that tasted nice, and gave them to Lord Ram and Lakshman, and said, here, this is for you. She offered them to them. And Lakshman, hearing that, Lakshman said to Lord Ram that, look, this is, Lakshman said, Lakshman said, she's already tasted them. They are contaminated. They're not worthy of being eaten. And Lord Ram picked up some and just ate them. And Lord Ram said, I've tasted many types of food, but nothing equals these bear fruits offered with such devotion. You taste them, Lakshman, and then you'll understand. Whoever offers a fruit, leaf, flower, or some water with love to me, I partake in it with great joy. So then Lakshman accepted some. And sort of the end of the story, but there was just one other little point that came up. It's really, I found it quite striking, that after Lord Ram and Lakshman had eaten, then Lord Ram explained to Shabari that actually my wife, Sita, she was just kidnapped, just a matter of, very recently indeed. And, it's weighing on my mind heavily. And Shabari replied that just across, there's a lake there, Pampa Sarovar. There's some mountains, and there is one monkey king named Sugriva living there. He got exiled from his kingdom by his brother Bali, and his wife was kidnapped by Bali. So then she said, and his wife is now being held captive by Bali. So then Shabari said, no one in the world can understand what Sugriva is going through, being separated from his wife like that. No one in this world can understand what Sugriva is going through better than you can understand, Lord Ram. And no one in this world can understand what you are going through better than Sugriva. So if you go and help him get his wife back and his kingdom back, he will do anything for you. Anything. He will search the earth over and over again relentlessly until he finds Sita. So then Lord Ram said, you have satisfied me by the simplicity of your love. Now you go back to your guru, who had passed away a long time before. So she sat down in meditation, just like Sati, if you're familiar with the story of Sati, with Lord Shiva, and she aroused the fire element in her body, and her body just burnt to ashes on the spot, and she manifested a spiritual body right there in front of Lord Ram and Lakshman, and returned to the spiritual world. So there you go, devotees. Some interesting little accounts, different pastimes. There's more. Some other time we'll tell you the story of Lord Ram with the boatman, but there's not time now. Let us answer at least a couple of questions. Mataji, announcer, you have a lot of announcements? You do. 5 minutes? 5 minutes. Let me answer a question or two. People may, or many misunderstand the Supreme Lord Ram's position when he offers prayers to Lord Shiva. But in fact it represents how the Lord is a true servant to his devotee, Lord Shiva. Could we kindly elaborate? Yes. Yes, some people take it. Well, look, here's an interesting little point. There are different versions of Valmiki Ramayana, which is really the authoritative Ramayana. The Ramcharitamanas, Tulsidas, is very popular amongst Hindi speakers, but it's sort of, it's definitely not authoritative like Valmiki Ramayana. But still there are different versions of Valmiki Ramayana. Some of them include that pastime, Lord Shiva praying Lord Ram praying to Lord Shiva, help us to cross the ocean. Others don't. Interesting. Yeah. So, but even if we take it that Lord Ram glorified, offered prayers, and requested help from Lord Shiva, that's fine, because the Lord is the servant of his devotees. Actually, the Lord has nothing to do except serve his devotees. That's basically all he does. You know, he has his pastimes, so many pastimes of different types. But in those pastimes, what's he doing? He's serving his devotees. Like Hanuman and the squirrel. He was serving them. That's what he did. With Ravana, he was trying to serve him, trying to help him. With Vibhishan, he saved his life and he was trying to serve him and help him. So that's all the Lord does. And even when, you know, like Krishna's dancing with the gopis, for example, and we might think, oh yes, he's enjoying himself, which he is. But actually he's fulfilling their desire to dance with him, to associate with him in that type of way. So, therefore, we can understand that the Supreme Personality of Godhead has nothing to do except serve his devotees, really, when you get down to it. So if he served Lord Shiva, then wonderful, great. It's just another case of him serving, in this case, one of his great devotees. Okay, devotees. We have to serve the devotees who make the announcements by letting them do their service. Shri Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman Ke. Shri Ram Nomi Mahotsava Ke. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Maharaj, for your interesting and enlightening storytelling. I'm sure we all appreciate it. For those of you whose questions have not been answered, you're welcome to approach Maharaj after the class. We have some beautifully packaged books to be gifted to those who are attending for the first time, and it will be presented by Maharaj. So please come forward.
Who's here for the first time? Please come.
We will now move on to the announcements. The 2026 Durban Festival of Chariots starts on Friday the 3rd of April and will end on Monday the 6th of April. A special request to those that have taken Ratha Yatra books, have not returned them, please, the receipt books, please hand them over to the book counter. And in keeping with the Ramayan week, there will be Ram Katha daily from Monday to Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. Please follow our social media platforms for more information. Thursday and Friday is Sri Ram Navami festival days. On both days, offerings are open from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. There will be inspiring talks by His Holiness Bhakti Caitanya Swami and His Grace Swarup Damodar Prabhu. Thursday the 26th festival program is at 12:30 and 6 p.m. Friday, there's a fast until midday. The morning festival starts at 4:30 a.m., midday at 11:15 a.m., and the evening program at 6 p.m. So next Sunday, the 20th of March, will be the Snan Yatra at the NJP temple. There will be a bus leaving this temple. Please register early to book your space. So please follow our social media platforms for more information. Today's Love Feast Prasadam has been lovingly prepared by the Westville Namahata, headed by Karuna Mataji. Big thank you to Mataji. Thank you for attending the program. Please have a wonderful day further, and we'll now have Aarti. Hare Krishna.
Okay, so now we will have the Arti ceremony in a minute or so. So everyone can stand up. Let's put the chairs away.
जय श्री श्री राधा राधानाथ की नमः विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामी इति नामिने Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Sunyavadi Pashastade Satarine Jaya Shri Krishna Caitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Caitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Krishna Caitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadara Shrivasadi Gora Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha, Radha Nata Radha, Radha Nata Radhe. Jaya Radha, Radha Nata Radha, Radha Nata Shri Radhe. Jaya Giri Govardhan, Giri Govardhan, Giri Govardhan, Jaya Giri Govardhan. Jaya Goranitai, 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 Jaya Goranitai. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.
Jaya Vishnupad Paramahansa Paravrajak Charis Tadasismad, His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki, ISKCON's founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki, Anantakoti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki, Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki, Prem Sigahush Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadha Shivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki, Shri Radha Krishna Gop Gopinath Shamkund Radhakund Giri Govardhan Ki, Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki, Shri Mayapur Dham Ki, Shri Jagannath Puri Dham Ki, Shri Radha Radhanath Ki, Shri Giri Govardhan Ki, Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Ki, Shri Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman Ki, Shri Ram Nomi Mahotsava Ki, Gopremanande. All glories to the Assembled devotees, all glories to the Assembled devotees, all glories to the Assembled devotees, all glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Namaste Narasingaya. Pralada Lada Dayane. Hiranyakashi Purbaksha. Silatam Kanakalaya. Eton Rasinga Paraton Rasinga. Yato Yato Yamitaton Rasinga. Bahen Rasinga Ritaen Rasinga. Narasinghamadhyam Sharanam Prapadye. Tavakara Kamalavare Nakamadbhuta Sringam Dalita Hiranyakashipo Tanu Brengam Keshavadrita Nara Hariropa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare. Kesavadrita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare. Jai Nrsingadev, 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 Jai Nrsingadev. Jai Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Jai Prahlad Maharaj. Jai Jai Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Jai Jai Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Shri Nrsingadev Bhagavan ke, Shri Prahlad Maharaj ke, Srila Prabhupada ke, Gaur Premanande.
Authorities are asking that you present this gift for Anupam Prabhu from Calcutta, his first time in Durban.
Okay.
Yeah.